Hey, Michael and MuckLand Griffons, welcome back to the channel. So, as I said before, the pigeons that I had in the loft got murdered. They got massacred by something. I believe, I'm thinking maybe a raccoon. I don't know. But let's talk about the loft itself. So, since I got it cleaned out, I got a fresh set of pigeons to go in there. But before we put them in there, I'll go through the loft and just kind of show you how I made it, the dimensions and things like that. Again, I'm no carpenter, but I'm pretty proud of this. I think it came out pretty good for not really knowing what I'm doing with woodworking. So here we go. So here's the loft on this side. I got the sloped roof, so the rain and snow and stuff kind of slides off of it, which is pretty nice. I got some vents down there in the bottom right hand corner. In the front, I have the aviary that I built so the pigeons can go in and out and get some sunlight. And then on top of that, just some boards for a little bit of shade, and two, I found the pigeons, when they're first homing to the loft, didn't really like landing on the cage. I don't know, so I put some boards up there and it seemed to help. I got the bobs there that I ordered online from one of the bird dog supply websites, and mounted that inside. Just a metal roof up top, and then I made like a double door and some vents on this, a little more sunlight in there. I added this window on the top door there. That's a split door, so you can see that. So there's a shot from the front. On the door side, I got a split door with a window in it, just to allow some more ventilation and light in there. I also can put that board up there in the wintertime and close that off if I want. Just a couple of hasps. You can see it's a split door. And I'll just open the bottom door, typically, when I'm trying to get birds out of there so they don't go busting out above my head. But this is just another latch. So from the inside, I'd like to add a couple more nesting boxes. The wooden ones are 9 by 10, I think by 12 inches deep. And then just the kitty litter box. I think I'm going to add another one of those. I see a lot of guys online using those, and they seem to work pretty well. What I will say with the nesting boxes, what I wish I would have done is there's a gap. They're mounted to this, they're mounted to a 2x4, which means there's a gap behind it, and I really got to fill that in because it just fills up with pigeon crap. One thing about pigeons is they crap a lot. So, you know, you got to keep it clean. I usually have straw on the bottom. I know some people put sand in the bottom. Some perches kind of all the way around. That's how they could get into the aviary, and I could close that off in the wintertime if it gets nasty out. We just want to keep some heat in. And then the bobs, I got that green rubber band up top, so if I want to, I can latch those bobs up. So I could do something like that and latch the bobs up, which is when I'm training birds, when I get some new homers, it makes it easier for them to kind of go in and out. Lesson learned from the massacre is make sure the bobs are down and that wooden door is up and latched, so nothing could get in here and wipe out your whole loft right during training season. So the loft itself is 48 by 48. I think it's like 6.5 feet tall on the inside and the front, and about 5.5 feet tall or 5 feet tall in the back. And then, as you can see, I got it up a little bit off the ground, maybe about 18 inches, 2 feet off the ground. I don't know, it's just the way I built it. So again, I'm not Mr. Carpenter, but I'm pretty proud of the loft, the way it came out. I got the plans online, you know, and just followed the plans online. I made it a little bit bigger than what the plans I had. Built it in the garage. Figured my wife would think I'm crazy, so I kind of built it at night without really her knowing until I dragged it out and stood it up. She's like, "What the hell is that?" You know, so I said, "Oh, we're gonna have some pigeons." So that's the MuckLand Griffons pigeons. We use them, you know, for steadiness and style and getting the dogs running out back. We'll put them in launchers and things like that, or we'll just toss them in front of them to try and work on the dog's steadiness is a big thing for me right now, is what I was using them for. So yeah, that's the loft. If I could do it, you could do it. You know, when I first got the dogs, never thought I'd have pigeons, but here we are with pigeons. But again, you know, it's really helped out a lot. If you got the space for them, they really don't take up a lot of space. You don't even need a loft this big, and this one's not that big, but yeah, it works out well. So build yourself a loft and have fun with it. So here's the new crop of pigeons that we'll put in the loft and get them homing and then using them for training. So one of the great benefits of being a member of NAVDA is you get to meet a lot of people in the bird dog world, obviously. And a lot of those people have their own pigeons, and lucky enough, a couple of the club members had some extra pigeons able to help me out and restart my loft for the MuckLand Griffons. So do yourself a favor, get some pigeons. It'll help you, should help you save on money with training birds, and they're fun in themselves. You know, they end up kind of being like pets for you themselves, and really helps out with the training. I highly recommend it. So there we are, new MuckLand Griffon pigeons. We'll let them stay in here for several weeks, and then we'll just start letting them out in the backyard, and they'll home to the coop. Okay, so I do band the birds with different color bands. I don't know if you can see that. So these ones are purple, but I got a whole bunch of different colors. The reason I band them, so this batch I'll do all purple. And then if I get more birds, you know, if I get a couple birds from someone else, I'll make those ones a different color, just so I can kind of separate them by how long have they been in the coop, so that I know when they're old enough to start trying to home them. So these are just leg bands. That you just put around the leg, snap it. Can you see that? So just a purple leg band. So we'll do that to these 6 birds, so they're all banded with the same color, and then that way you can tell them apart if you get more birds from different people, or some people band the ones they fly a different color than the ones that maybe are just loft birds that maybe they're using for breeding or something like that. So I do it so I can separate the birds I get from, you know, like the age class, so just so I know when to fly them. So that's what we do here at MuckLand Griffons. Those bands I just got online. You just look them up, you know, pigeon leg bands, that type of thing. So comment down below, what do you got for a loft? Do you have one? Don't you have one? Do you want one? If you got questions about mine, please put them down there. I'll answer the questions. And please subscribe to the MuckLand Griffons and share the video with one of your friends, and come back for some more videos. We really appreciate the support.